Okay, welcome back to maximizing your information resources for profit. We're going to talk about in this video, we're going to continue to introduce the subject to marketers, and you're probably wondering as we're talking, how am I going to profit from these resources that we introduced in the first video? Well, obviously what we're going to do as internet marketers is we're going to gather those resources, whether or not they're skills, whether or not they're information, and we're going to combine them in some way to build something. Now, in some cases, we might build a service. In other cases, we might build some information that we know people want. In other cases, we might build something useful to make their life more convenient, to make their life easier. And so in whatever we do, in whatever we're building, or even if we're putting together information, the key is to make it valuable. Now, we don't want to use that word valuable in a generic sense. We want to use that word valuable in the sense that it needs to provide something to the person who's going to be receiving it to make their life better. So in other words, here's what's going to happen. You're going to, whether or not you're going to use your skill or your knowledge, when you put together the information or you put together the software, what you want to do is determine from your market, or determine what it is that they need. What are their problems? What are the things that they need to have solved? You want to make what you're putting together as valuable to them as you possibly can. And then once you make it valuable, here's the key process. You're going to give it away. You're going to make it free to them. Now, we're going to be talking about the strategy of finding something, finding a market, creating something valuable, and then giving it away, and how you're going to use that as a marketer to be more profitable in order to generate more profit and more leverage. Now, remember in the opening video, we talked about the fact that these strategies are going to help us to create more leverage. In other words, creating income streams that we don't have to be present in order to generate. Okay? And the key process, or the key factor in this, and what we're going to be talking about in this series, is we're going to be talking about how you can use this process of making something valuable and giving it away as your way to, again, build the kind of resource, or build the kind of income stream that is consistent for you. Now, you might ask, now, who does that? Right? Now, why would you build something valuable and then give it away? What kind of strategy is that? How could that possibly work? If we can't sell something, well, how are we going to build or put our time, resources, or use the expertise that we've been spending sometimes a lifetime to build? How are we going to do that and then give it away and have it profit for us? Well, have you heard of Craigslist, Google, and YouTube? Craigslist gives away its service of making available the classified ad section. Right? Basically making a big classified ad section on the internet, making it locally based, and giving you the opportunity to post things that you might find that actually you're going to find buyers or sellers or people to barter, or in some cases people to look at what you have. Okay? Craigslist is a great example of providing something free. Google provides its search engine free. Now, obviously, we all know by this point that Google uses the information in order to earn more money, but the basic service of providing search information to you is free. YouTube allows you to post your videos for free, and it allows you to view videos for free in the very same way. So, if you're thinking about, well, who does this? Who actually gives away something of value? Well, three of the biggest companies, or three of the biggest sites on the internet actually do this every day: Craigslist, Google, and YouTube. Match.com gives away part of its service for free. Zappos, probably one of the most famous companies for their customer service, actually offers free shipping on all of their products. And of course, we know of Facebook and Twitter, which offer the opportunity for those of us who want to do social networking, an avenue to do it absolutely free. And in a more popular example, for those of us who are not necessarily internet marketers now, we might read the New York Times, and as you know, a lot of the content that they're offering is free if you read their articles online. And of course, we all know that in some cases, those internet marketers that we follow, or in some cases, those internet marketers that have been able to put together a wealth of content, some of that content they'll actually give away free in part of their membership. So you'll know that there are lots of companies that use this strategy every day of giving away something valuable in order to build a bigger business on the back end, and that is what we will be talking about here in this course. Now, what will all of this do for you? Well, of course, when you are giving something away, it increases awareness. Probably each and every one of you came to find out about Google or YouTube probably through someone else. And that is because the fact that it was a free service or a free website that had great things that you might be able to find something of value increased awareness. Most of us found out by someone else telling us about it. And that will be the same thing that will happen to you when you create something of value and you allow people to give it away or to tell other people about it. So one of the things that giving something away does is it increases awareness. And again, we're talking about how do you maximize free resources. It strengthens your brand and credibility. In other words, people get a chance to experience what you're about. So by giving something away, they get a chance to experience who you are and what it is that you say that you're offering, and basically they get a chance to experience what you're able to deliver, and you're doing it free and giving them access to you and access to the information that you're offering. You're increasing traffic. People will come if they find something valuable, if it's free. Now, if you're not offering something of value, it doesn't matter whether or not it's free. And that's why one of the key principles in what we're talking about here is that you must offer something of value. And lastly, one of the things that it does is it helps you to build your list of subscribers, which again is going to be very important for you as an internet marketer. If you're going to do business any length of time so that you're not constantly looking for new customers, you are going to need to build a list. And a list is very important for your long-term ability to generate income and to generate the kind of income that we're talking about, which is leverage. In other words, you're leveraging your resources and leveraging your time so that you can be in two places, in effect, at once, earning money in one place and doing something active in another. Okay, so in the next video, we'll see you and start talking again about this process of maximizing your resources.